Good afternoon, all of you. Good afternoon, all of you. Yeah, good afternoon. Am I audible? It is already afternoon, so you all can write afternoon instead of morning. And someone has already written good evening. It's not good evening, it's good afternoon. There are many names. Okay, Archita Behra. Yes, Archita Behra, a very happy birthday to you. And a warm good afternoon to all of you. A warm good afternoon to all of you present here, one and all present here. Asit Kumar Nayak, okay. Some names I cannot recall. Manaja Swai. Can you please write down your name, Manaja Swai? Okay. Vijay Lakshmi is Neeraj. Okay, fine. We'll straight away start. Okay, because our purpose of this session is to do conditional sentences. So that's what, yes, Shadi, I got it. Yes, Pushpak. So anyway, we'll straight away start with the lesson. And can you type what are we exactly going to do today? What are we going to do today? Aditya Anand Swai, got it. What are we going to discuss today? Can you just type it down and tell me? Sorry, Prakash, yes. Saubhagya, okay. Conditional, Archita, okay. Fine. Conditional sentences. I got it. Now, when we talk about conditional sentences, many a times in our life we come across several conditions, right? Your parents put a lot of conditions on you. If you do this, this will happen. So there are a lot of situations in our life where we have to frame sentences when we have a condition. If this happens, this we have to do. So it's as simple as that. When you have a condition, those sentences, they go under where there is a stated condition that you have to do this. So those all kind of sentences, they go under conditional sentences, but they are again classified into various types. And it is not only needed for your exams, because conditional sentence is an important part of tenses. It's not only needed for your exams, but it is equally important when you are speaking, right? When you are speaking, it is equally important because you tend to frame sentences which are incorrect. So coming to the first important part, conditional sentence. Each conditional sentence is divided into two parts. So there are two parts of a conditional sentence. Now tell me if it is visible to you. I have changed the setting. Is it visible to all of you? The video is in poor quality. Is it not visible to all of you because somebody has written the video is not clear? Others have written yes. Yes, the video is visible. Anyway, okay. Now see, conditional sentences. Yes, ma'am, it's visible. Now, is the video clear? Well, I can see from my mobile phone and it's somewhat clear. It's not that unclear. Okay, fine. So conditional sentences, let's come back to the lesson. Conditional sentences, we have to first divide into two parts. One is the if clause and the other is the main clause. I hope it's visible, right? The if clause. Now see, is the video clear now? I have changed the lighting setting. Is it clear? Okay. I have made it change. Let me know if it's clear. See, if conditional, so the one part is if conditional and the rest part is called as if clause, and the main or the next part is called the main clause. Now, if conditionals are also called if conditionals. Okay. Yeah. So conditional sentences are also called if conditional sentences, and they have got two parts. One is the if clause, one is the main clause. If clause means what is the condition, and the main clause says what will be the consequence. If the if conditional says the condition, if clause में हम conditions डालते हैं, what is the condition, and in the main clause we write what is the consequence. Like for example, if we take a simple example, it is if you work hard. Now over here, this goes under the if clause. If you work hard, you have to put a comma over here. You will succeed. I'm taking a very common example. I might have taken this example several times, but then it's a common one. Let me know role something name. Can you please tell me what's your name? Okay, if you work hard, you will succeed. Now over here, this is the condition part and this is the consequence part. So this condition part is called as the if clause and the consequence part is called as the main clause. Is it clear? Conditional sentences are divided into two parts. I'm not talking the types. Each and every conditional sentence is divided into two parts. One is the main if clause and one is the main clause. If clause gives you the condition, the main clause gives you the consequence or the result. Okay, I do not want to get into too much of technicalities. I just want to tell you the basic things of that so that you will be easily able to frame sentences. Now let's come to the zero conditional first, as I have just randomly given you one example. Now if I talk about zero conditional, in zero conditional, then again when we are talking about two parts, one is the if clause and one is the main clause. Remember the rule, for if clause it will be simple present and for the main clause also it will be simple present. So the next point is for zero conditional, the first part if clause is simple present and the main clause is also simple present. This goes under this rule goes under the zero conditional. The first part is also simple present, the later part is also simple present. And what kind of sentences are included over here? Sentences like universal truth, daily routine, even daily routine is included in this. Daily routine, universal truth, something which is a fact, they all go under this. Some of you already know, so can you please drop me a sentence following the zero conditional? Can you drop me a sentence following the zero conditional? Those who have joined later. Zero conditional is divided, any conditional sentence is divided into two parts. One is an if clause and one is a main clause. And in case of zero conditional, both the parts will be in simple present tense. And which sentences are included in this? First is your universal truth. And then is your facts. If you are pointing out any facts, talking about any particular fact, the facts. And you will also include something that happens in a regular routine. For example, if I wake up early in the morning, I have a headache. Okay, if I wake up early in the morning, I have a headache. I wake up. I have a headache. Wake up, simple present. Have a headache, simple present. No, no, you all are writing simple sentences in one line. This is conditional sentence, and your sentence must have two parts. Can you see? There are two parts. So where are those two parts? Saubhagya and Adhyan. Your sentence is not having two parts. One sentence, I can see the sun rise in the east, and says no, Shilagna. No, you have to put it in conditional. Put it in conditional sentences. That's what I said. You need to pay attention what I'm saying. So if I said if conditional has got two parts in the beginning. One is the if clause. Condition क्या है? अगर ये होगा, अगर ये होता है तो ये होगा. That goes in future. So there are two parts. I cannot see two parts. Yes, Lalita. If you freeze water, it turns to ice. Can I have some more creative sentences? Like I made a sentence. If I don't sleep early, I wake up late. Kishalaya, very good sentence. That's what I want. Put it in your day-to-day life. Sun rises in the east is pretty much common. Good, very good, Kishalaya. That's what I wanted. I don't sleep. If I don't sleep early, I wake up late. This goes under my habit. So now you understood. Zero conditional में आपका universal truth है, facts भी जाता है, habits, फिर आपका जो daily routine जो होता है, that is in zero conditional. I'm waiting for some better sentences. Vijay Lakshmi, you will work. Dheeraj, this is not zero conditional because you have used will, and in zero we don't use will because will is simple future. If you put ice in water, it melts. Okay, universal truth. If you work hard, you will succeed. Dheeraj, that is again first conditional. I'm talking about zero. Some more sentences. If it rains, the grass gets wet. Okay, Padmini, correct. Any other sentences with this? If you love your mom, listen to her. Bhavya, where is the main clause? Listen to her is the main clause. If you love your mom, you listen to her. Okay, but then you are actually giving an order or you are giving an advice, Bhavya. Where is the consequence? Consequence, you understand? Result क्या होगा? इसका result क्या है? अगर ये होता है तो इसका result क्या है? What is the result? If you go to school late, if he gets there before me, ask him to wait. Okay, but then again goes under, okay, accepted. Okay, I'll tell you some more sentences. If I eat too much, listen to me. If I eat too much, I feel uneasy. Are you getting me? If I eat too much, I feel uneasy. Now, these sentences are really very important because in day-to-day routine, it does happen with us. So, if I eat too much, I feel uneasy. If I eat, I feel uneasy. Simple present, simple present. If he eats rice, then he can gain weight. No, Archita, if he eats rice, he gains weight. Look at the structure. The structure is still on the board. If the sun rises in the west, then the whole world will revolve. Sri Lanka structure. Both sides simple present. Very good, Bhavya. That's a good sentence. If I stand for too long, my legs hurt. Or I can simply say, if I stand for too long, if we stand for too long, our legs hurt. Because it's general. It happens with everyone. If you play games too much, you will simple present, whatever gaming it is, simple present. If I wear light clothes, I feel uncomfortable. Yes, Dheeraj, that's the right sentence. If wishes were horses, then beggars could ride. Sangi, that goes under second conditional because you have used where. and then you have used could write, so that goes on the second conditional. Okay, if you drink so much water, the toilet calls you urgently. Oh my God. That's a true fact, and that's a fact because facts are always true. My mistake. That's a fact, Nikhil, and the sentence is also correct. No, Arpan, that is no. You have to stick to the structure because I have written here zero conditional. Stick to the structures. If you mix rare, okay, fine, accept it. Vidyashri. No, Vidyasha. If you play too much, you will get exhausted. If you play too much, you get exhausted. See, Abhi, now what is the difference between zero and first conditional? Now you may say that why can't I make it in first conditional? Why do I have to make it in zero conditional? जो चीज हमेशा होता है, वो zero conditional है. और जो होने वाला है, I am making a prediction in future, or I am making a prediction in immediate present. That goes under first conditional. If I wake up late, I get late to my office. Now it's a routine. I mean, not routine. It has happened many times, and it goes under a habit. If I wake up late, I go to office late. If I wake up late, simple present, I go to office late, simple present. Okay. If I do exercise early in the morning, I feel very fresh. Kishalaya, once again, a very good sentence. Good. If you make, okay, this is repeated. If you watch television, then your eyesight gets damaged. Shilagma, gets, simple present, S. If you want to get success in exam, Manoranjan Patnayak, that goes in the first conditional. Girisha, if you're doing yoga, your health improves. Correct. I hope this much is clear. If you listen to loud music, if I listen to loud, I always have a headache. Manisha Mohanty, correct. No, Adyan, your sentence isn't correct. You feel exhausted. If you want to improve your vocabulary, you should read different books. Archita, again, this goes under the first conditional. This is not zero. Because you're adding should. Okay, fine. Simple zero conditional is like, I'll give you some more examples. If I have time, I read novels. Suppose I frame a sentence. If I have time. Now this is what? Simple present. If I have time, dash. Fill this part with simple present tense. Now who is this? Do not send all these things now, please. Kindly remove it. Okay. If I have time, dash. Now fill this with a simple present sentence. Fill it with a simple present sentence. Anybody, see, if anybody I find sending any unnecessary messages will be simply blocked. I have already blocked somebody, gamer. I do not want any distraction. Yes. Now tell me, if I have time, dash, simple present, this is also zero conditional. I read books. When it rains, the tennis lessons are held in the gym. Okay, I can read my favorite book. No, you can't use can. Simple present. If I have time, I'll listen to music. Okay, correct, Bhavya. If I have time, I can make DIYs. Correct. If I have time, I can eat. If I have time, I can eat. No, you can't use can because it's simple present tense. Follow. Acha, this is Anisha Agarwal. Okay, fine. If I have time, I water the plants. Correct. If I have time, Adyan, no present continuous. Simple present. Simple present. I watch TV. Okay, I'll come to another sentence. You can fill it. If I eat too much, if I eat too much sweets, comma, dash. present. Fill it with simple present. Aditya Parija, the later part you've written simple, that is not simple present because you've written I will pay. It will be simple present. If I eat too much sweets, I feel lazy. Correct sentence. My teeth decays. Okay, correct. If I eat too much sweet, I get fat and also get tooth decay. Correct answer. I feel pain in my teeth. I hope Dheeraj, you have understood. Simple present this side and simple present this side also. If I eat too much sweets, my teeth decay. If I eat too much, all teeth eat. No, nothing beyond that. No, Anisha, will not be used in this side. It is simple present tense. If I eat too much sweets, I'll have diabetes. I will have diabetes. No, 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 simple present. It's a general sentence. If I eat too much sweets, my stomach pains. My stomach pains. You have to add S over there. My stomach pains. S. I gain weight. Yes, Archita Nanda, your answer is correct. I get pain in stomach ache. No, I have stomach ache. I have stomach ache. Right? Okay. Done. Now the next one. One more sentence and then we'll move to the next conditional. If I travel to a new place, again this goes under zero conditional. If I travel to a new place dash, what will you do? If I travel to a new place, if I eat too much sweets, I feel sleepy. Yes, correct. If I eat too much sweets, I feel that my throat is very sticky. Okay, correct. I feel vomiting. I end up feeling sleepy. Yes, Bhavya, your sentence is correct. Now look at this. If I travel to a new place, dash. Zero. Keep it in mind that it should be a zero conditional. If I travel to a new place, I buy many things. Fine. Correct sentence. I prefer visiting all the beautiful places. I feel happy. I take photos with excitement. That's a good sentence. I feel excited. I love to explore. I feel love and comfortable. I feel loved. I feel excited. I feel frightened. I roam frequently. I know many things. I wish to cover all the places related to that place. Okay. Alan does, all of a sudden she has written all her heart's desire. If I have time, I will play Free Fire. This is in simple present tense. You have to frame. Your sentence isn't correct. Fine. Come to the first conditional. Now, when we talk about the first conditional, it will be simple present, and that side, this is each clause is simple present, and that side it is simple future. It is simple present and that side it is simple future. So what would be the sentence? What would be the sentence? I can represent like this. If you come to the party, comma, I will be happy. If you come to the party, comma, I'll be happy. Acha, so I am Prabhas. If I travel to a new place, I keep myself is a correct sentence. If I travel to news by okay, correct. If you don't sit properly, then you will have a back pain. Kishalya, this goes on as first conditional. If I study now, I'll score good marks. Correct. If you come to the party, I'll be furious. Why? If you study hard, you will get good marks. If I go there, I'll buy a phone. If you eat healthy, you will improve your health. If you study hard, you will pass. If I go to the restaurant, I'll eat a lot. If you come to the party, I'll be happy, Arpan. Now, the difference between, yes, if I study, I'll pass. Anvesha Das, if you work hard, you will secure good marks. Okay, now let me tell you one thing. What is that? If you bunk the class, you will be punished. Fine. Now let me tell you what is actually the difference between zero and first. Try to understand that because I found a lot of confusion. I told you zero, but you all wrote first. Zero conditional is जो हमेशा होता है, and first conditional is, yes, Saishri, I'll read. And first conditional is you are making a prediction. Okay, if I work hard, I will pass the exam. You're making a prediction. So one single sentence can be expressed in zero as well as it can be expressed in first conditional, but in both the cases the meaning varies. तो उनका meaning change हो जाता है, sense change होता है, but you cannot say that it is wrong. Yes, Saishri, where is your sentence, Saishri? If I study hard, I'll wish to explore all the places that I can. Okay. If you don't study, I'm going to be a fool. If you come to the party, it will be fun. Ananya, if you study properly, you will be very successful. If I follow Atoshi teaching videos, I can get followers. Okay, Banata Swai has written. Okay, fine. If someone sells cats, I'll get them all. Okay, that's an interesting sentence, Aditya. So you and your friend happens to be cat lovers. If I sleep well, I'll have a good morning. I'll have a pleasant morning. When you say good morning, it is sounding like that greeting good morning. If I get a chance to go to Paris, I'll definitely visit the Paris Tower. Okay, fine. Yes, any other sentences for first conditional? Okay, I am giving you some sentences, right? If someone sell Encyclopedia Britannica, I will buy that. Devi Prasad is a very studious fellow. He always buys books. If I have time, I'll use it to do some ghost hunting. Okay. Now a question for you. If you dash, now this is a question for you. You need to tell me what's the right answer. If you dash be not well, the doctor dash give medicines. What will be the answer? What will be the answer? Okay. If I sing well, I'll become this. If I get a wish, I want to troll my friends. Will be not. If you're not well, the doctor will give medicines. Yes. Yes, all your answers are correct. Bhavya, Anisha, Girisha, Kishalaya, your answers are correct. If you are not well, the doctor will give medicines. If you are not well, yes. So which conditional is this? Which conditional is this? It is first conditional. Yes, That's first conditional, okay? That means I'm making an immediate prediction that, okay, if you're not well, the doctor will check you. And if the doctor thinks that you're not well, the doctor will give medicines. So that's a prediction that I'm making, and it is going to happen in future, and I'm very certain. There's possibility that this will be true. Possibility hai ki ye sach hoga. Right, if you are not well, the doctor will give medicines. Fine, okay. One more sentence. I'm not getting any such interesting sentences. Now, one more sentence, fill it up. What dash if it rains? Now, tell me what can you add? And what kind of a sentence will it be? What dash if it rains? What dash if it rains? If you're not well, the doctor will give medicines. I have read yours. Okay. What will happen if it rains? Fine. Now, my purpose of giving you this sentence is anytime if you come across these kind of sentences also, it also goes under conditional sentences. This is even a conditional sentence. Now, don't think it's starting with what. So, कहाँ से ये conditional है? नहीं, इसमें भी if है. Conditional sentence को हम questions में भी convert कर सकते हैं. We can also convert it into a question. What will happen if it rains? So in this case, the main clause is in the beginning and the if clause is at the end. So you can crisscross it. Not necessary कि हमेशा if clause beginning में होगा. If clause and then main clause. Right, I can also frame a sentence with a main clause in the beginning and if clause is at the end. But what's the difference? When the if clause is in the beginning and the main clause is at the end, this comma has to be put. Comma dalna zaruri hai. When the main clause comes to the beginning, if clause goes to the end, you need not put a comma like here. There is no comma. I hope you all can understand what am I trying to say. In a sentence, you can have if clause and you can have main clause, or you can have first the main clause, then the if clause. Now, putting a comma, if the if clause is in the beginning, बीच में comma डालना है. अगर main clause beginning में है, there will be no comma. Somebody has written what would happen if it rains. No, so it is in first conditional, and the answer will be what will happen if it rains. So, yeah, got it? Got this comma point? If clause can go, main clause can come to the front. Fine, coming to the next part, that is the second conditional. We're talking about the second conditional. Second conditional, you can remember it like this. It's a hypothetical situation. It's a hypothetical and unreal situation. Now, hypothetical and unreal. Hypothetical means something which is out of your imagination. कुछ है जो मेरे imagination से हुआ है, but it is unreal. Like I would frame a sentence like this. Listen to the example that I'm giving. Suppose you have done something wrong, and you come to me and you are explaining me that these all things have happened. So I can frame a sentence. If I were you, I would shut up or I would keep quiet. I'll write down the sentence. If I were you, I would keep quiet. Now over here, if I were you, now here you may think that where is used with I. Now where is used with I? Because it's a hypothetical sentence. You are imagining. It's not true. It's unreal. So we use where, because I can never become you. You can never become I. Like I can never become, let's say I can never become Sangini. Sangini can never become Atoshi. So that is the reason it's a hypothetical situation. So if I were you, I would keep quiet. Like in Hindi we say, अगर मैं तुम्हारे जगह होती तो मैं ऐसा नहीं करती. But then that's not possible. I cannot be in your place. I cannot be you. Those kind of sentences are called hypothetical and unreal. If I meet the education minister, if I met, it will be past tense of course, if I met the education minister, I would make some changes. I would request him to make some changes. I would request him to make some changes if I were the education minister. So what am I doing here? If it is, then it is past over here. And this side is would plus verb in first form. Is it clear? This is simple past, and that side the if clause is simple past, and the main clause is would plus verb in first form. So can you imagine of a hypothetical situation and let me know? Tell me a hypothetical situation. If I were a bird, I would fly high in the sky. If you participated in this election, you would choose, people would choose you. If I were an angel, I would replace the earth with a new one and with new people. Why are you not happy with this world, Pushpak? You want to change people, you want to change the world. If I were you, I would buy many novels. If I, any other sentences? Hypothetical and unreal sentences. If I would be, you have to add your be. Who is this? I think this is Aditya Anand Swine. If I would be is missing. But then this sentence does not go under second conditional. It's only simple past and would plus be1. You have put something else. Anshita, this is not second conditional. Anshita, not second conditional. Look at the structure. I was in your place. If I were in your place. Kishalya, make it were and add if. If I were in your place, I would choose the other one. And that's a good sentence. If I will mix. No. Aditya Parija, your sentence, look at the structure. If the teacher doesn't come, I would play. Bhavya, the first part is simple past. You've made it simple present, Bhavya. If the teacher didn't come, I would play cricket. And that's a hypothetical situation because the teacher is very punctual. The meaning of the sentence is the teacher is very punctual. She never misses a class. And at that situation, you are making a hypothetical sentence. If the teacher didn't come, I would play cricket. I hope you got me. Why would is used? Because would is used for imagination, Pushpak. Would is used, he has asked a question, it's a good question. Why do we use would? Because would is mostly used when we are imagining things. I would do this. Would has got several usage. Would has got, I think, 5 or 6 different usages. And if possible, one day I'll take a short session and I'll tell you what are the usage of would. And one usage among them is would is mostly used for imagining things. That gives the real effect of imagining things. If I were a footballer, I would play for India. That's a correct answer. Okay, Bhavya. I wouldn't buy things. If you don't come today, I would have got Manoranjan Patnaik. It is actually, your sentence is not correct. If I were a teacher, I would probably try my best to interact with students. If I were you, I wouldn't waste my time. If you won the lottery, what would you do with the money? This is Anshita, change your sentence. As it's a question, you can do one thing. You can write like this. What would you do with the money, comma, if you won the lottery? Question mark. Make it like this. If I had money, I would like to buy books I want. Ma'am, mine please. I read yours because I've read all. Acha Sanvi, if I met Bill Gates, I would like to ask him for a success story. Okay. If I would be a particle of water, I would travel to Marina Trench and explore. If I would be the Prime Minister, I would ban the things. It's not banned, it is banned. B-A-N, ban. Ban the things of China. If I were you, I would choose the correct option. If I were 18, I would drive a car. Okay. But then this possibility is there because once you become 18, you will be driving. If I were God, I would cancel the logic of death. No one can die in this world. Sri Lanka, if nobody will die in this world, can you imagine what would be the population? There would be no place to stand. Even imagine our grandparents surviving. And see, I'm not talking in the point of view of emotions. But practically, it would be the earth would be saturated. There would be no place to stand, no food to eat, and of course, death is the only truth of life. Yeah. If I were Narendra Modi, I would unban PUBG. This boy is a fan of all these. Okay. Yes, ma'am. If I were in my dad, if I were in my dad's place. Or you can simply frame the sentence, if I were my dad, if I were my dad, I would become mad by such responsibilities. So you understand how much responsibilities he takes for your family. If I were a millionaire, I would help that poor man. Okay, a generous lady, Rehashita. If I were rich, I would buy Mercedes and go to South Korea. If I met Russian bot, I would show him all my stories. Elon Musk, I would make an electric road. And if I were a king, I have 16,000 queens. May God bless you. This Edulore movies. People cannot bear one wife, one queen, and he wants to have 16,000 queens. If I were rich, I would travel around the world. Okay, done. So this comes under second conditional. Okay, I have a question for you all, and that is, if I were a ghost, comma, I dash, what would you do? And this sentence also goes under the second conditional. If I am an industry, you know how I am Devi Prasad, second conditional. Structure yaad rakho, simple present and would plus V1. Achha, Suman Sharma has written, if I were the principal of our school, I would arrange a trip for the students every month. If we were rich, I could be K-pop idol. If I were an engineer, I would travel around the world. I would make a machine that takes out food directly from TV screen. Are you a foodie, Saishri? I knew this sentence would come. I would scare my best friend. I would scare Aditya. Archita Nanda, it will be would, not will. If I were a ghost, I would scare. I would scare, not scared. Hey, Pushpa, that's a very scary and a nasty sentence. I would help Love help scare children. I would pass through walls. That's a good sentence. Go and simply sleep down. I would publish my own playlist. If I were a ghost, I would explore my places on earth where humanity can't go. I would scare her. Oh, I would do nothing. Achha, this one is a good sentence at the end. If I were a ghost, I would do nothing. Why should I do something being a ghost? I will relax. I would kill people. I would scare myself by looking in the mirror. Yeah, Bhavya, your sentence, I need to search. Where is it? I think I read. If I were a ghost, I would watch my predecessors grow. That's a good imagination. If I were a ghost, I would scare. Okay, fine, done. Come to the third conditional. See, it's not possible to give you a lot of sentences here to practice because it's not possible to write down. So what am I doing is I'm just telling you the rules. So next time when we connect, maybe in the regular classes, in the Zoom sessions, so keep all the rules with you, and at that time I'll give you all the exercises. So applying this, it will be easier for you to do because it's actually difficult to always repeat the rules again and again in the class. So once the rules are with you, then once we revise it, once I give you the exercises, you can immediately do. I would leave human world. I would read Bhagavad Gita. Why? Okay, come to the third condition. Third conditional, the best way to express third conditional is regret. Can anybody explain me what's the meaning of regret? What's the meaning of regret? Achha, he has written, if I were a ghost, Aditya Anand, would nahi, where imagination. What's the meaning? Achha, this one, Pachtawa, Archita Behra, realize and feel guilty. Achha, have you ever felt guilty? Have you ever regretted for anything? Feel sad. Pachtawa, अच्छा ये हिंदी भी आ गया. I'm doing something and then feeling guilty. अच्छा इसमें बीच में एक क्वेश्चन आ गया. कौन in which app do you edit your video? I'll tell you personally. I'll text you personally in your personal window. Yes, ma'am. Many things, Bhavya. Many things. Okay. Human life is all about regretting, but then yes, after regretting, you should also, if in case you are regretting for certain things, you should learn from that. You should not stick to it. You should move ahead in life, right? Yes, you should have not done. Maaf kar do sahab. Okay, feel guilty. Okay, done. Now they're asking me in which software do I edit my videos. That's a secret. Right, I'll tell you later sometimes when we will connect in the evening. Feel guilty for having an elder brother. Okay. Archita regrets that she has an elder brother. Repentance. Okay. Now see, in many a times in our life, we regret. And when we regret, how do you frame sentences? I regret for doing something or for not doing something. But when we are framing sentence of that repentance, what should we write? I had studied too much for the SST exam, but then I realized it was maths exam. Okay, that's your regret. This shows how careless you are. Okay, regret. I think I gave you this example last time also, and I would like to give you the same example. Imagine you are visiting a very beautiful place, and after reaching the place, you recall that you have forgotten to carry your camera. Though you have a phone, but you wanted to take some high quality pictures, so you wanted to take your camera with you, but then you realize that your camera is not there. So at that time, what you will do? You regret. Now, how will you frame your sentence? If I had brought my camera, comma, I would have clicked, I hope it's visible, yeah, clicked some amazing photos. If I had brought my camera, I would have clicked some amazing photos. Now, had brought, past perfect. Had brought. Now, it's, you may find it okay, yeah, this is so easy sentence, but no, need to understand the structure. Had brought is past perfect, and this part is would plus have plus V3. Better I'm writing it here. It is past perfect. So for past perfect, I would make it easier. I would make it easier. It is had plus V3 for the if conditional, and that side it is would plus have plus V3 again. Remember the rules. Now don't say this is not mathematics. Even if it is not mathematics, there are certain predefined rules that you need to remember. Okay, I regret when I sleep in the afternoon. I actually regret when I waste my time. I waste my time and then I have a realization, oh, I would have done a lot of creative work. Right, okay, look at the structure. If I had plus V3, this is would have plus V3 at this part. If I had removed the cover of my camera lenses, before I clicked a lot of photos, I would have a photo, I would have Aditya, main clause of your sentence is missing verb. Again, some messages come. Who is this? I had already deleted one. Now this one, if I had not given him my last piece of chocolate, I would not have fallen in the ground. Correct. I have already blocked, but I don't know why it's not going. Now write me some sentences into third conditional and third conditional. Write some sentences in third conditional. If we had taken a taxi, we wouldn't have missed the plane. Correct. If I had my own control on me. No, Aditya Anand, I had my own control. Had is simple past, but it is past perfect. If he had some common sense, he would not have been tricked. Correct, Bhavya. If I had brought my phone, I would have. Arpan had seen. If I had prepared for boring, I would have passed. Why do you call a subject boring? Once you start calling a subject boring, it's like by default it will become boring for you. Avoid saying it a boring subject. If I had got a chance to visit Indonesia, I would have spent my whole day sitting on the beautiful beaches. Correct. If you had worked harder, you would have passed your exam. No. Follow the rules, Alan. If I had brought my diary, I would have written. Sthiti Pragya, it is written. A good sentence, Nikhil, and I would take his sentence as an example. He has written, if I had had some more time. Now, some of you I often have come across such questions that, ma'am, is it really a correct sentence when it is written had? So in that case, I say that yes, if you are writing it in a third conditional sentence, it is a correct sentence because we use past perfect had plus V3. So this is the structure had, and this V3 is the third form of have. So that's a correct structure. If she had studied, she would have passed the examination. If I had brought AirPods, I would have watched movies. If I would have, no, Anisha, you're not following the rules. Past perfect जो है वो हमेशा if clause के साथ add होता है. Would have plus V3 that is always attached to the main clause. Past perfect is always attached with the if clause and would have is always the main clause. If I had walked carefully, I would not have fallen and got hurt. Correct. If I had listened to my father, he would not have faced this situation. Correct. If I had played cricket, he would play it. No, he would have played. Arpan. You can note down these rules in case you forget. It's if, after if, you have to add past perfect and then comma main clause. Okay. Done all of you, all the 4 conditionals. If I had slept early, I would have woken up earlier. Correct. So all the 0, 1, 2, 3, all 3 conditionals done. Now, the last, I'll give you 2 more questions. You just need to write down in third conditional. 2 questions for you all. You have to just write it down in third conditional. Question number 1. We didn't bring our umbrellas, comma, no, full stop. We got wet. Change these 2 sentences, combining these 2 sentences, change it into third conditional. The last exercise for all. And the last question. No, first do this, then I'll write on the last question. We didn't bring our umbrellas, we got wet. If I had studied, I would have got good grades. Okay. If I had enough money, I would have visited Old Trafford. Okay, correct. Mamta Ponda, if I had got a gold medal, I would have been happy. If we had bought our umbrellas, we wouldn't have got wet. First one to give the answer and the correct answer. Very good, Kishalaya. If we had brought our umbrellas, we wouldn't have got wet. If we had no urban, change it. Oh, hi, Anita. If we had brought our umbrellas, we wouldn't have got wet. If we had brought our umbrellas, correct. No, Devi Prashad, not following the structure. The structure is past perfect with the if clause and main clause is would plus have plus V3. Brought our umbrellas, we wouldn't have got wet. Yes. Yeah. Yes, Sri Lanka, correct. And Sthiti Pragya, where is your if in the sentence? The last question for the day. That was a funny joke. I laughed. That was a funny joke, comma, I laughed. What would be the, put it in third conditional. Yes, Sangini, correct. Sakti, Sudha, Yes, your answer is also correct. Now tell me, that was a funny joke. I laughed. Put it into the third conditional. No, Bhavya, third conditional. You're not putting it in the right structure. Not putting in the right structure. If it hadn't been a funny joke, I would not have laughed. If it hadn't been a funny joke, I wouldn't have laughed. If that had not been a funny joke, I wouldn't have laughed. That means what? You've already laughed a lot. And when somebody's asking you, you can say, if that would not have been a funny joke, I would not have laughed. Saishri, no, your sentence is incorrect. Pushpak, again it is incorrect. Yes, Manvi, your sentence is correct. If it hadn't been a funny joke, I would not have laughed. No, you're not following the rule. Not following the rule. Let me write down the sentence here. If that, is it visible? I'll write it on top. If that hadn't been a funny joke, comma, I wouldn't have laughed. This is the correct answer. Now, looking at the structure, this part will be past perfect, which is already past perfect, hadn't been. And this part will be would plus have plus V3. If that, or you can also write down eat, small I. If it hadn't been a funny joke, I wouldn't have laughed. I hope you have got all the four structures. If that had been a funny joke, I would have laughed. Yes, Reharshita, I accept your answers. If I'm making both negative, the sentence is giving a proper meaning. If I do not add negative, that is also a correct sentence. I can also write, if it had been a funny joke, I would have laughed. The meaning is, I did not laugh. And this sentence shows that I laughed. Okay. Fine. Done all the four sentences. So now, four conditional sentences. Now you can revise all the rules. Next time once we meet, not here, not in this platform, but next time when we have a Zoom sessions, we'll have exercise. I'll give you an exercise so that whatever we have done here, it will remain with you. You can revise that while doing those exercises. And in case you have any further doubts, you can ask. You can ask there. Who is this Code M Gamer? Can I know your name? Okay. Yes, Kishalaya, your answer is correct. If I had not laughed, it wouldn't have been a no. This funny joke. Your sentence is not giving any meaning, Kishalaya. You can read yourself your sentence. It's not giving the proper meaning. Okay. Fine. Done. Okay. So we'll end the class here. We'll come to the end of the class because when will you conduct the next live session? It's uncertain, Pushpa. It's not yet certain. I may take it next month or may take it after 2 months. But then whenever I'll take a live session, I'll let you know. Okay. We'll end the class and yes, Bhavya, I really appreciate the hold that you have in your English as a language. And I hope these rules you will remember and you will be able to frame proper sentences. Okay. Sakti Sudha, can I know who is Sakti Sudha Das? Well, I cannot recollect. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Bye bye, all of you. See you all again. Bye.